I've had, even if it's not very many views, I've had a couple of views here and there, 19, 20, and I really appreciate anybody that's watching the runs. Hopefully they aren't getting too repetitive. Hopefully maybe you watching me struggle is more fun than anything else, but I'm hoping to really get a PB pretty soon. I think I can. Today we had one, our first run was on track, and then we lost it and had to fight Radon twice. We got him in the second try, but it takes about 5 minutes to get through the fight the way I do it, and so we were about 5 minutes behind the time we could have had. Would have been like a sub 45 or something, so sad there, but not too bad. Sadly, Torrent won't spawn when you're standing on a Grace like that, so just wasted a small bit of time right there at the beginning, just not being able to summon Torrent. So ideally, you just kind of step away from the Grace before you summon Torrent, and then you won't have to deal with that issue. But sometimes I just don't, and it messes me up. We are going to run down here and grab some Skidoos, get the setup. I just had the Hippo go a little crazy on me. I've gotten him pretty consistent before, and yesterday I thought I had him pretty good, but he just kind of got out of control just then, so we practiced him a little bit. I fought him a few more times to try to see what I could do to make it a little more consistent, and if I can't get this fight by tomorrow, I won't be streaming on Friday, and I'll probably go in and just set up some saves in front of all the bosses, and I'm going to really practice them so that I can hopefully get them very, very consistent. I think at this point, come on, forget about me, please. That guy can forget about you right away, or he can sit there and really remember, but at this point, I really need to be able to rock up to any of these bosses and just first try them, no issue, and so if not in it right now. 1, 2, and I'm dead. Yeah. And then, if he does it right, he gives us this move. Again, he actually has been cooperating quite a bit, and giving us a lot of good moves. This one is a little harder to dodge. It's a 3 attack, and yeah, the last attack can really be kind of weird, especially when he's in a weird spot of the arena. It's hard to see. I'm gonna die if I don't play this right. There we go. Hard to see where he is gonna attack you from. We're gonna go ahead and try to safety heal and die. That's so sad. I didn't think he would recover from that as quick. We should have just gone for the actual kill. He was only 1 hit. That's actually like the worst thing that can happen when you're doing these fights, is to get all the way to the end, because it wastes the most time. So we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna see if we can get out of here and do this correctly this time, and we might still be on pace to save a little time from our PB, but we're not saving near as much time as we were before, and I even missed that first move, which really, really sucks. And then I dodged the wrong way into that, so we're gonna die again. So yeah, that's probably gonna be the run already, which really blows. That's the thing that sucks about another hit, and then you can dodge forward. Ooh, don't like getting hit by the Blood Flame move, it kind of sucks. This gravity move, I try to dodge it the same way in P1 as I dodge it in P2, just to make sure that I do it right, and I didn't, and that's why I got hit, and I just died. Wow, that was so bad. It's okay. We'll keep going. So if I'm still struggling with them by tomorrow, we'll have to practice them a little bit, because I just need to be able to get this time down to a 44, and the issue is the good runs I've had, other than the one that we lost to the final boss, have all been lost to not the bosses. So like I've had some pretty good just first tries, and then I die to terrain, I'll die to an ad or a minion. So I really just kind of need to lock in, and if I do not die to terrain and ads and stuff, then I really need the bosses not to be a problem. I need them to kind of just be pretty down and not have any issues with it. So we're gonna pick up all these, try to dodge these doggos and get out of here. I'm gonna just gamble. Normally I kind of take a like wide berth. I'm gonna see what happens if I just kind of run at this dude. He might kill me, he might kick at me or something, but maybe I can like bait him to kick this way or something, and we can go around him if we're close enough, or ideally, oh, he doesn't do that move. Goodness. That's a good move for him to do. Oh my gosh. If he doesn't kill your torrent, now he's gonna kick at us. So that was like the worst. I would maybe want him to do that move if I was like 2 feet away from him, so that he wouldn't hit me. Wow. Literally torrent died. I literally take a wide berth normally. That was the first time I tried that, and I'm pretty sure that just lost us a lot of time. It's okay. Not enough time to reset, but definitely we probably won't be at our 7-minute timer that we normally are when we get to the Spirit Spring here in a little bit. That's usually how we can tell whether we're on time or not, so we'll see how far off we are. That dude he got both swings off on me. That's crazy. Usually that's later on, there's a Furnace Golem. That's the move I want him to do, but I guess I don't know how to dodge it. I need to dodge in and not out, I guess, and go through his legs or something, but we'll try that, we'll try that again. I think if I can get him to do that attack, though, it'll be better than taking the wide berth, because I think I just can make more of a beeline directly to the Grace that I need to get. We'll touch this Grace, and then we will teleport out. This is a setup Grace for later. We need to come back here and talk to Moore, because Moore is a good little homie, but we want to make sure he doesn't end up in the NPC fight later on. And so we'll have to talk to him and make sure we tell him to remain sad forever, and that'll keep him away, which is a very depressing thing to say to someone, but we're in the sake of speed. We are really trying to do everything for the sake of speed, and so anything and everything we can to make things faster we will do. And the NPC fight, I think if you do it wrong, can be like a 1 or a 2v5, and we're going to try to make it a 2v2 if we do everything properly. If you ever see me pick up an item like that Lost Ash of War and stuff, other than Skidoos, I pretty much don't need them. I just kind of do it because they're in my way and they give me something to do. I'm going to try to really pay attention. Last time we accidentally missed a Skidoo and I didn't realize there's an item right next to a Skidoo later on near the monk, and I picked it up. I got the confirmation, like I heard the noise, but I didn't actually look and see what I picked up, and I didn't actually pick it up. So I have to be more careful to make sure that we actually grab the correct item that I want to pick up off the ground, and not grab the item that's next to it or something. But for now, we are going to head on over to Telia. Telia is one of the NPCs that you can make summon into the NPC fight on your side if you want to do his quest line and stuff, which is really cool. But it takes a long time, so we will never see Telia again. Goodbye. He's gonna go sleep with Saint Trina. I don't know if he actually will if we don't go out there and do all that, but that's kind of what his quest line is he goes and finds Saint Trina somewhere in the game, which is cool. And he goes to sleep, and that's pretty much it. Saint Trina is like the person that makes the sleep powder and all the sleep darts and all that in the Elden Ring lore. Missed that jump there. That kind of blows. Not too bad. Again, sometimes I kind of will speak in hyperbole, so if you hear me say ooh, time loss, stuff like that, I'm talking about a couple seconds here or there. They do add up after a while, so it's definitely something that I kind of the reason I point it out is so that I will kind of remember, oh yeah, I lost time here, lost time there type of thing. But usually we've got about 3 or 4 minutes that we're trying to cut off right now still on the PB, so we should still be okay even if we lose a few seconds here or there. I think we're going to be about 30 seconds behind here, what we normally are. I think we're about at 6 minutes when we come down here, and that is just a little bit of time loss, just getting staggered by that crab. So we're going to keep on going. I always say we should see the Spirit Spring at about 7 minutes, so we'll be able to tell how far behind we are when we get to the Spirit Spring. We probably should be there about 10 seconds behind, I'm thinking, because we're about to hit 7 minutes and we're not at Spirit Spring just yet. We'll kind of keep an eye on it. Again, there's time to make up even in the fights and stuff. Some of the fights don't go so great, so 10 seconds behind, not too bad. There we go, we see it. We're about 8 or 9 seconds behind what we normally would be. Not too bad. If we do some good pathing, we can even make some of that up. Didn't hit that on the first jump, but it's okay, or first hit. We're going to hold right because the Spirit Spring we need is to the right over here, and the second one. And then we are going to hold right again as we jump up this so that we do not land inside the castle, this little mini castle to our left. Because there's a Grace there, which is nice if you're exploring and stuff, but you get forced off of Torrent there, and then you have to run all the way out of that castle before you're able to hop back on Torrent. So we are going to keep on moving, and we're going to go say hi to our Ghost Flame Dragon buddy. He's going to be over here fighting some ads, and it's good he's doing it because it means that we don't have to worry about all these ads because they're mostly worried about him. Except for this this bow guy, we do have to be a little bit vigilant and make sure he sometimes, like there, he just turned around, but as long as you put like that tent and a couple of these little black poles between you and the bow guy, you won't get shot in the back and you're good to go. Sometimes he can think you're a bigger threat than we really are, and he will start kind of firing shots at us. So we are now going to run, and this is the skidoo that I missed last time, so we're going to pay a lot of attention. Make sure we actually pick it up properly, because I accidentally picked up that flower right there and not the skidoo. We got it. Even if I have to slow down a little bit, I'd rather do that than to not pick them up like that. This is going to suck. I'm going to go ahead and just take the long way away from those guys so that they don't kill me. Because yeah, like if you don't slow down and you miss like that and then they spear you off your horse, that is even worse time save than just slowing down. We're okay. Again, we're behind. We'll probably be behind the 1104, or at least we won't have like a crazy like gold split or anything. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Again, as long as we get the hippo to go properly and nothing else really loses us time. We've got some built-in time save in the run. Let's go ahead and get off. We need to again set up another grace. This is for later so that we can talk to Hornsent, and that way we can move him along his quest line. We will come back and talk to him when we talk to Moore, and we'll do that once we get to the actual Shadow Keep, which is right in front of us. Look, we're so close. We're almost there we're done with like all the setup, and we're going to start the actual like meat of the run, where we do some boss fights, run around a little bit, do a couple more boss fights, and then the run is over. It's not even that crazy. There's only, I think, 3 real bosses, but we fight 4, and then the NPC fight. And then we have Hornsent that we fight solo. So like all together, I think there's 6 individual fights, but only 3 of them are mandatory. So if we really wanted to, or 4 of them, because the NPC fight is mandatory, but it's not a boss fight. But Hornsent technically isn't required the way I kill him, and the hippo is not required as well. There might be a better route that takes a little bit less time if you go around the castle like you can. You can enter through like the back door, but if you do that, you have to kind of go like a long way and through a different way that I don't know very well. And so the hippo, if he cooperates, is not too bad. So we are going to now get up here, and we will split as soon as we get to the animation of the grace. I'm going to go ahead and hop here. There we go. Hit the grace, and we'll split. So like I said, we're a little bit ahead, but we're not too far ahead. We're going to go ahead and sit down and skidoo. We got all these skidoo blessings that we've been picking up, so might as well use them. We should hopefully get to 6 if we picked them all up properly. Keep going. And there we go. We got 6. Now we go talk to Hornsent and Moore. We'll tell Moore goodbye. Like I said, we'll tell him to remain sad forever. And then we will go and talk to Hornsent and just tell him to help us come fight in the Mesmer fight. We will summon him in the Mesmer fight, but only after Mesmer's dead. When you summon in this game, you make bosses have more health, and the bosses also like won't focus on you, which I don't like. I like for them to be focused on me the whole time because it's easier to kind of like read the patterns and understand what's going on. But if you have someone else in the arena with you, they'll come sometimes like bounce back and forth between you and them. It's kind of hard to tell when they're trying to attack you, trying to attack someone else. So we're going to go ahead now. We got Reckoning. I'm going to tab out one more time, and I will split whenever we get to the loading screen done. And now we will walk in here. We'll buff up. We will RKR, and then I'm going to kind of shut up because I want this to go properly, but I'm going to try to keep him as up against this wall as possible. There we go. I got the double hit I was looking for, so that should immediately stagger. Oh, that's so bad. Both of those should have hit, and they didn't, so we just lost a lot of extra damage there. That really blows. We're going to RKR. Get a nice stagger to get him out of the Phase 2 transition, which is good, and then we'll get the riposte off. You can get a jumping attack with the RKR and a riposte, which is really nice. Jumping attack, he's going to do this, but it's okay. Dodge. Follow-ups. Another nice stagger off. That should be the fight. Right there. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and split while I'm kind of waiting for the fog gate. Might have been a little early for the actual enemy feld, but I didn't want to lose time splitting later. But there we go. You can see a nice clean hippo. We made up a little bit of our time that we lost earlier on. So we'll keep going because this run's looking pretty smooth. You can see I got some of those double hits on the head. I don't know exactly what causes those to happen. I know that I've got my fist weapon. I'm assuming it's that like the fist, the left and the right both hit or something like that. But when you do that, it counts it as like a double jump attack. So you only need one more like heavy attack to stagger him. Instead of having to do 3, you only need 2. And so it makes it like so much more consistent and easy. And again, we killed him right next to that that door, and we stopped him from doing his phase 2 quill moves, which is really good because they can be very inconsistent. We got hit by one of them a few times, but sometimes they can be like you get hit by one or you get hit by like 90 of them. So we're gonna try to not die to this dude because I have before. Keep on running. He's gonna end up on the elevator with us. That's really, really bad because he's gonna kill us if we're not careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and just double heal up, let him smack me again. We're going to leave this room because that's like the worst thing that can happen is that he ends up there, because normally we would pop a rune arc on that elevator because we got nothing better to do, but because he was attacking us, we did not. Why do I have... Oh, I guess I popped the rune arc on the other elevator. Never mind, never mind. We didn't need it. We're okay. We didn't lose too much. Oh, that was bad. You don't want to fall off there because now these guys have more time to attack and kill you. It's a small little time loss there. We're going to keep going. I'll probably safety heal right up here on these stairs once I get past this dude, because I can get shot by a fire guy right there. Go ahead and just double or just single heal. It's fine. And then we are going to avoid this red coat to the red cape to the right. The British are coming, the red coats, but red cape. And then we are going to run up this dude and grab this grace as well. We grabbed the first floor grace, if I didn't mention it, but we grabbed it, and we will grab the 4th floor grace. Both of those are because we have to teleport to them later. They are not for safety or anything like that. I don't sit at them, but I actually have to teleport down to both of those. One after the Mesmer fight and one right before the Mesmer fight. 4th floor before and the 1st floor after. So now we are just going to dodge this dude's fire attacks, hopefully. I don't like them because they can kind of get you in like some frame trap animations where you try to dodge a melee attack and then the delayed fireball they have will smack you, or vice versa. You'll go to dodge the fireball and then they'll hit you with a melee, so it kind of sucks to get frame trapped by them, but it's okay. We luckily don't take too much damage from them, so we're allowed to take a hit or two from them, and it's not the end of the world. And then we are now going to keep on going. We have a lever up here that we need to push. This will move all these things in the middle of the room that we already like ran across and put them in the correct position so that we can run right up to Mesmer where we're supposed to. Like I said, we will get the grace and then we will teleport away and teleport back. I like to go ahead and just stand here because these guys don't really do very much. This guy's going to slowly walk at me and try to melee me. But if you're getting attacked by like the fire of these guys, it will kind of fall off before it hits you. Go ahead and dodge that one just in case. I think he did another one, so go ahead and dodge. But there you go. You can see it kind of disappeared before it actually got to me. Gotta be careful. I almost didn't have enough stamina for that jump, and I have definitely died there because I didn't have enough stamina for that jump. But we are now on to the last of the red capes before Mesmer. This one is the head honcho red cape as far as I can tell. He gets paid the most by Mesmer. He gets the biggest bonus because he tries really, really hard to kill us. We will try to get to this door and become invulnerable. He will swing at our back. There's a skidoo directly in front of us. So depending on the combo he does at the end of this door animation, we hopefully... Oh my gosh, no. So he got in front of us. That's like the worst thing he can do, because he just stops us and we have to like drag him backwards. And then he can still kill us. He's going to chase us all the way up these stairs. We're going to grab the grace. If we die here, it's not the end of the world, but we ideally won't die. We'll just go ahead and sit down. For some reason, he's one of the only ads that I know of in these games that doesn't actually shut that grace off, so you can just sit in front of his face, which is really nice. While we're sitting, we'll go ahead and use our runes, and then we will teleport to the 4th floor, and we'll come back and fight Mesmer here in just a bit. We need to grab this talisman. This is why we're teleporting. We're fans of big feet around here. Specifically, we are fans of these big feet. We're big feet fans of these feet. I messed the joke up that I always do, but it's okay. We are going to grab the talisman right there and then teleport right up. I don't think anyone thinks that joke is funny. I just say it because it gives me something to do. We're going to equip that talisman and then start the Mesmer fight, and as long as it doesn't go south too fast, we are on pace for a pretty good time. So luckily, or hopefully, try to get like a 21. Now sadly, I forgot to buff up. So that means I won't get an RKR off at the beginning of the fight, but it's okay. It's just a 1,000 damage that we'll lose. We can make that up, so we'll skip this. We will buff immediately. And we will try to dodge. We'll open with 2 big heavy attacks. And then we will dodge whatever his follow-up is, if it's not that delayed move. Another big heavy, get the stagger immediately, get the frost proc, and get the post, which is really nice. We will RKR as he gets up. Go for a jump. And we will do a safety heal here right after this move, just in case, because the slowest thing you can do is die, always. He's going to do his Mesmer Foul. You just kind of dodge into him for all of these, and it's pretty simple to dodge. And now we'll do a heavy. Oh, we missed. That should be phase 2, and we didn't get a stagger, which is good, so we should get a stagger here. That's kind of the goal. Right here, right out of this snake move, we get another stagger, which is good, and then we get a frost proc for a post, and then we will go for one more little punish, but we will actually get out of here quickly, try to gain some stamina so that we have stamina to dodge all of these snake moves. Then we'll go in and punish. And then we will dodge backwards, so we can punish again. Oh, we didn't. It's okay. We will safety heal here. We probably could have gone for the end of the fight right there, but I was really worried if I got tagged up and died, we would lose, and we should be able to... Oh, dodge backwards. Oh no, I'm missing all my heavy jump attacks. I should just be going for regular attacks. Okay. We'll just not die, hopefully. There we go, and then we will run and go find Hornsent. We're pretty far away from Hornsent, but we will summon him. And as long as you get the summon off before he dies, it counts as him being there. We will sit down and I will split. Again, not the greatest Mesmer fight I've had because he definitely got away from me in a couple of those. There we go. And then now we will get out of here, we'll talk to Hornsent, and we'll teleport down to the 1st floor. So again, missed a few attacks and got hit by some stuff I didn't really want to get hit by, but we did get the stagger that I really like at the beginning of phase 2. It makes it more manageable and more... like, if you do those combos, he always opens up with that snake attack in phase 2 after you get the riposte off. So you can kind of back off and then kind of play out the fight a little bit easier if you don't get hit like I did and have to heal and some other stuff. Again, I maybe could have greeted, but I don't think I would have been able to kill him in like 1 or 2 hits. So it's probably better to just go ahead and be safe. Again, slowest thing you can do, die. If you don't die, it's much faster. So we're going to go ahead and move around here. We're going to dash through this door so that we don't get hit by that guy. We're going to jump off to the left here and hope this guy doesn't do anything crazy. That's like kind of the worst thing he can do because it slows you down and makes you heavy roll, but it's not too bad. At least doesn't like stagger you or anything. If you just run away from this dude, he'll just fall. This guy to your right that you just kind of turn left and avoid. And then now we are on to the area where we have died the last couple of times. So we gotta really lock in. This is not a boss section. We are literally gonna kill Hornsent, who was at the Mesmer fight with us. He is an NPC. He is not a boss, and we haven't even gotten to him in the last couple of runs because we've died to like dumb things that I didn't even know we could die to. I died to not having stamina, not being able to double jump on Torrent when I was trying to make a jump. That really sucked. We died to the Pest, the Kindred of Rot guys, and they have killed me before. I definitely die to them. I need a more consistent way to get through there, but we'll see. Sometimes it's real nice. What I do works out hitless, and then sometimes they just give some moves that just straight up murder me. So we will hope they play nice today. We are going to make sure we sprint up these stairs because that guy can chase us, and just like the other red coat, he might be getting paid overtime by Mesmer to make it onto this elevator. Luckily, I think he's just going to die. Sometimes he just falls down the thing and I get his hat, but maybe he won't. There we go. Yep. That's cool. That's better than him actually making it onto the elevator and me having to like panic roll around like earlier, but it's okay. We'll keep going. But now we are going to make our way towards Hornsent. Hornsent and Romina are kind of back to back. This is another running section, kind of the middle running section of this speed run. It doesn't take too long. We'll pick up a couple of skidoos, but we will miss a lot of graces. So if we die, it's over. That's why we've had to reset here a couple times, because we don't pick up any safety graces, so we lose too much time if we die in this section. So ideally, we don't die in this section. We'll see. We gotta open this door up. Hope these little ghosty guys kind of just leave us alone. The worst thing they can do is kind of like that red cape at Mesmer's door, is get in front of you. So ideally, they just don't get in front of you and you just kind of dash away from them. Those pillars of light are not that annoying when they do it, but there are some casters later on in the holy shit section that make those pillars of light OP as hell, because they just spawn them all over the place, and there's two of them spawning at the same time, and they stagger, and it gets really, really annoying. We're going to take a little wide berth here to try to not get hit by that pot. There we go. That guy's got better aim than almost anyone else in the game, even the arrow guys. We're also going to hope those scorpions just kind of leave us alone. Sometimes they can do like a little roll move and kind of chase you all the way to here. Here's a skidoo that's kind of on the way. We'll grab it and then head on our way. Jump down onto a spirit spring. I know I said that we only use the other two spirit springs. We technically use that one to fall down, but we never used another one, I don't think, to jump up, other than the ones we already did. We're still doing okay on the time, as long as we don't run into any difficulties like a stamina mishap. And then hopefully the Kindred of Rot play nice, because they are kind of right before Hornsent, and so we can make it pretty much all the way there and then get destroyed by the Kindred of Rot, and that's just the run right there. So ideally that doesn't happen. I'm kind of looking at the times and stuff. I messed up my splits. I accidentally saved some splits I shouldn't have. My PB is 47.21, but I have a 54.27 saved right now because that was like just the last split that I completed all the way to there. And again, the reason that was is because I died to the final boss and had to fight. Hello there, this is Graphic Truth from the future. I'm actually editing the PV attempt right now, kind of as I record this, and I just realized that the audio cuts out, and so I'm going to try to kind of do a little voiceover and salvage it as much as I can. I am very sorry, I don't really know what happened, but hopefully the video is still watchable and fun, and I'll try to still go through and explain kind of everything I do. You might not be able to hear the sounds of the game near as much, but ideally in the future this won't happen. But thank you, and back to the video. So we're gonna see how this works. I'm gonna start the little voiceover here since the audio cut out in this run. So you'll see me kind of talking down in the bottom right, but I don't know, my mic just cuts out on me, and I'm not able to continue this run with audio. But I'm going to go ahead and start explaining it. I was kind of talking about how I died back there to stamina. When we run past this guy, we want to make sure that we kind of get close to him to try to get him to do that little physical melee move. That move works out way better than any of his stomps or any of his jumps or anything like that. And so ideally, you kind of swing in close to him, bait out that move, and then you can move on past him, and you don't have to worry about any of his little moves after that. You can just kind of ignore him. We're going to head up here, and there's a skidoo fragment that we're actually going to grab right here at the end of the room. And then I think I even go for a Spear Dash. This is the first time I'm kind of rewatching the run. But I think I go for a Spear Dash up here. It's the only one that I used to go for, or I still go for. But I think I get hit by this guy, and I just give up on it, which is perfectly fine because I think in future runs I just started ignoring Spirit Ashes almost entirely. Yeah, I miss it there and I get hit by that dude, so I just say screw it and run off. But now I need to make sure that I heal because there are some Kindred of Rots in this room right here that are very, very dangerous to my run, especially because not only do they hurt me, but if you notice, they hurt Torrent a lot. And if they hit Torrent enough, they'll knock me off of him, kill him, and make me fall down, which is a big long animation. And I want to try to avoid that as much as possible. So we're going to go ahead and heal up here because we're going to get the Hornsent invasion coming up right here at the top of the stairs. So we'll jump a little bit right there just to get a little distance before we have to get off Torrent. Because if you get off Torrent where you're supposed to, it puts you in the rot and you start kind of gaining rot. We don't really want to deal with any of that buff or anything. I actually don't have my Starfist on both hands, I think, right here, and I realize it right there, and I attach them, but that's why I wasn't doing as much damage as I'm supposed to. But the Hornsent fight is pretty simple as long as you just kind of R1 him down, and here he actually is really good. I kind of back him into a wall a little bit, so he's not able to dodge away as much, and you see I circle around, get a nice bleed proc there, and that's Hornsent done. It can kind of get out of hand if you're not careful, because he has a bunch of quick attacks that he does. He also has like a little dash move that he does, and he has bleed, which is very dangerous. And so we got to make sure we avoid that. But we go ahead and sit down at this grace right here, right before Romina, because we want to use the shadow blessings we've been picking up the whole time. And then we're going to go into this fight. And the Romina fight should be, I always talk about it being pretty simple and easy, but I feel like the last couple times I've said that, I've almost cursed myself and gotten some bad moves, but we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm kind of watching this for the first time together with you, but I'll again explain it. You usually want to kind of try to get her staggered as much as possible, and I always talk about you want to get right up next to her right there because the centipede doesn't really have a hurt box on the bottom of its neck when you're kind of right next to her. And so if you kind of jump past the centipede's face and just kind of tuck up right next to the actual body of Romina, she will kind of drag you around the room while you can get a bunch of free hits off, and you don't even really have to worry about dodging. But you can see got another nice stagger off right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and back off because in phase 2 she always opens up with a move that you cannot punish. It's this move right here. If you're standing within that little pink swirl, you get a bunch of rot damage and just take damage. So I'm going to try to move to a spot where there's almost no butterflies, and then I actually miss an attack there, which is really sad, but it's okay. We get the charged R2 off afterwards, and then now this is her other P2 move that she likes to do. It wastes a little bit of time, so we'd like to see that as little as possible. And you'll see, again, I just kind of try to always get right up next to her and punish her as much as possible, so I don't really have to worry about the tail or the head of the scorpion. And we get this move again. She kind of will do it every now and then more often, but like I said, coming into this fight doesn't go as perfect as I really think it can go, because you can get like a 1 minute and 30-second Romina if you do really good, but we get a nice little punish there when she's frosted, and I think we even get a bleed proc there, which is what actually finishes her off, which is great. So now we can run on to the next section, the holy shit section. I always talk about it. I stole this section from the Happy Hob when I was watching him do his Deathless runs, because in Deathless runs it would be a very, very scary section. I get it. There's a bunch of ads everywhere, and they are trying to kill you, and there's a bunch of moves that are really dangerous, and they can just tag you and ruin your run. For us, on the other hand, we're not doing hit lists, so it's not as dangerous, but it's still, there's a lot of dudes that have some kind of crazy combos, and there's a couple of them kind of clustered together. And with the poise that I have, there are some Pillars of Light spells that happen, and I can kind of get infinitely stunned if I'm not careful when I run into those Pillars of Light. So you're going to see, I'll do some safety heals as I'm running through here. This guy is the first obstacle. He's usually the easier of the obstacles, but he does have like a wing move where he'll pull out some wings and fly around. We want to not see that move because it makes him much more mobile and much scarier. He will end up following you around more often and almost hitting you, and so you gotta like dodge him. But he will kind of continue to chase after us. I always kind of mention too, I've dropped most safety graces from this run, which means in this section, if I die, I don't have any good graces. The grace that or the spot we spawn is back where we just like, after we burned the tree there, we kind of got teleported. That would be where we go back to. So it's pretty much a run ender if we die almost anywhere in here, especially near the end of it. So we're going to keep on running, and we're going to find our first real obstacle here, and this is our lion mask. There are three of them: lightning, frost, and wind. Lightning is usually the easiest, except for he can kind of chase you a little bit longer than I like. But we are now onto the stairs with the pillars of light that I'm very scared of. And like I said, this section is called Holy Shit because the whole time I'm running up these stairs, especially, I'm just going holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit in my head, trying to dodge all these pillars of light. There are two casters. There's one kind of in front of me. I don't really look at them, and one that we ran past. If you are not careful, you will kind of get staggered by one of them, and then the other one will continue to stagger you. And so they can kind of like trade off hits and really destroy your health. But that was actually a pretty clean little stair run there. We didn't get hit too much. We got hit by that dude right there, but it's okay. We're actually going to now go to the second more dangerous section, and that's so these birds up here. These little death birds are pretty cool enemies. I liked them in the base game quite a bit, but this section of death birds, there's three of them, four of them right here, and two of them like to do the same spell. And if you're not careful, again, it's just kind of like those casters where you'll see that spell right there. They're both kind of shooting it at me, and if you get hit by a lot of them, it's very, very dangerous. And so we try to move through there as quick as possible and kind of cut in front of that candelabra dude. I don't actually know what those guys are called, but they have like a little rune arc on a candle. And we just try to cut right in front of him so that we can get past him. And now we're on to our other lion mask guy. This is the ice lion mask guy, the frost lion mask. He is usually the easier of probably all of them to dodge as long as you're quick. You can just kind of jump over the little like stomp he does right there. But we are not out of the woods yet. There is the worst of the lion mask guys coming up. It's going to be our wind boy, and he always hits us with a tornado. I don't actually know really how to dodge it properly right off the bat. And then if he does a certain move, he has like a 5 or 6 hit move that's enhanced by wind. And oh my goodness, it's the worst, and it will kill me. It has killed me. It's lost me runs. So we're gonna hopefully dodge as much of this little tornado that he's gonna throw at us. But you'll see, it'll probably hit me right here. Hey, I actually dodged it. Look at that. That's nice. And then this is actually the move we want because it's just one big swing he does. Even if you get hit by it, you're pretty much good to go. But he has a really long leash range, so we have to be very careful because he's going to chase us all the way up these stairs. Ideally, he's far enough behind that we can just sit at the grace and reset him. But a lot of times, like this, there's that move I'm talking about. You don't really want him to do that move, and so I just go ahead and do a quit out. But you don't want him to do that move when you're not at the grace. If he killed us there after we get the grace, not the end of the world. Sometimes I let him kill me, sometimes I quit out, but for the most part, it is very, very annoying if before you get to that grace, he kills you, because that's kind of the very end of that holy shit section, and we lose like 5 minutes or so, and it pretty much usually ends the run. So we'll go ahead and load back in, and then we are going to start the worst fight of probably the whole DLC, maybe all of Elden Ring, in my opinion. There you can have your opinion and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of NPC fights. Not actually a boss fight, which is really annoying. And when I did it the first time, what made it really hard, like in my very first playthrough, is I didn't do a lot of the NPC quest lines, and so it ended up being a like 1v4 because I wasn't summoning either. So it was just a lot of me running away and poking people and running away and poking people. But we have actually done a little setup during this run earlier on to get rid of Moore and to get rid of Hornsent to make this a nice little 2v2 because we're actually going to summon the Sanguine Noble. But you can see I'm just kind of spinning now because she's going to start Leda. Needle Knight Leda is this person's name. She's going to start like a nice Hamlet monologue, to be or not to be, and just sit here and just talk to us for a while. It's very, very annoying when we're for the sake of speed, but we can't really do much other than just listen to it. So you'll see me just spin around a little bit, just wasting time, and I'm looking for this right here so I can summon our Sanguine Noble homie, and then I'll start the fight. And now, this fight can go south really, really fast. If it happens properly, we will kill Dane in a 1v1, and then we will kill Leda in like a 1 or a 2v1. We'll actually have the Sanguine Noble show up, and then we'll just go up and kill her. But we'll see how it works out here. I can't actually remember. I think it's a pretty clean NPC fight. I'm going to go ahead and buff up. I always have a strength and a stagger tier in my physic flask for right there. Oh, so normally I want to hit that, so it's okay. We start with a nice overhand jump, and then we want to R1 him down to about 6,000, 7,000 HP damage, because it's just above half health, and that'll make it so he doesn't heal, and he doesn't summon Leda in. Once he gets to half health, he'll summon Leda, and then he'll try to heal. And you can see he goes for the heal right there, but I get very, very lucky, and I'm able to stop him. If he gets his heal off, or if Leda gets her heal off, this fight, like I said, can go south very fast and last a lot longer. But now I'm just going to kind of lead Leda to the other side of the arena because Sanguine Noble is going to be summoned kind of over here to our right. And I'm going to just try to lead Leda over towards Sanguine Noble so we can kind of start punishing her. And ideally, I missed and I'm going to have to gain some stamina. Ideally, I have more stamina than this, and we just kind of go for some R1 staggers with the Sanguine Noble. I'm going to go for a couple safety heals here because Leda is pretty dangerous. She can kill us in about 3 hits if I'm not careful, and she has like some 3-4 hit combos. And so you'll see when I get a little low, I'll back off every now and then and just make sure that she's either focused on Sanguine Noble or not focused on me. Again, safety heal there, but she goes for a heal here and she actually gets it. So I didn't remember that, but that makes this fight go a little bit longer. But what's good about that is once she does heal, if she ever tries to heal again, it's a nice, good, punishable move. But so this isn't perfect the way it went down. We would have ideally killed her right before she healed again there, but I think we're going to go in here and just do a couple R1s, and there we go. We punish her down. So we got Dane the way we want to. Leda definitely took a little bit longer, so there's some time to save there for like later runs and stuff, but for now we're still making really good pace on this run, and so I didn't want to like reset off of that or anything. It's just a few more seconds, but the thing that really sucks about that room is when you're done, you get resummoned into the room again or desummoned or whatever, and you always get put back into the middle of the arena no matter where you go. And so that's why you kind of see me just kind of spinning my wheels there at the end, just waiting to be resummoned back into this area. But now we are headed off to Radahn. We have to do a small bit of housekeeping here for Radahn. We're actually going to spend any of the runes that we just got from that NPC fight, and we're also going to switch our physic flask. I was talking about how we have stagger and strength, but Radahn, he has a stagger window that recovers faster than his moves are so long, his combos and stuff are so long that he will start recovering from his stagger before his moves end, and there's not like good punish windows, so I don't get a lot of staggers on him. So you'll see I'm going to go ahead and sit down, and I'm actually going to switch the stagger over to the Opaline tier, hard tier I think, and that is just more defenses, just so that we hopefully don't die. And I only use it in phase 2 because it should last all of phase 2 pretty much the whole way, or at least as long as the fight goes well, I can use it, and it should last about 5 minutes. The fight's about 5 minutes, but we will now go ahead and start. We always skip the cutscenes for the sake of speed, and then we're going to try to get a couple of good punishes in. This move is a nice move to punish. You can usually get 2 hits or a heavy attack in afterwards, but for the most part, this Radahn fight, I've done it enough that I have it down pretty good, but you'll see I still don't have it perfect. Like right there, I do a little panic dodge, and I get caught by his panic roll, and we die. So that really, really sucks. We just die right away. But if we're gonna die in any fight, you would rather die right there than at the very end, because we at least don't lose a lot of time. So you can see down in the corner, I'm a little disappointed, but I talk about how since I died so early on, we can still maybe salvage this and get a PB, and I think we end up doing it this try now, and as long as we lock in and crush it out, we should still be able to, or we still get a really nice run in. So now we're going to do this for real. That was like a little false start, just ignore that, but like I was saying, I've got the fight down pretty good. I know where to punish, and you'll notice I always do a little jump attack and a follow-up attack after that big long combo move he does, and the reason for that, so with the Starfist, you have like pretty low range, and so if you go up and try to do like a heavy R2 and then a follow-up, you actually will miss the secondary follow-up just from like where you're standing. And so if you do the jump attack, it puts you a little bit closer to Radahn, and so you're able to actually get the second attack off, which is really nice. Because we don't do a ton of damage because we only have level 10 Skidoo right now for this run, and so every little bit of damage helps this fight just go by a little bit quicker. And you'll see when I'm swinging too, I'm actually holding to the right or left, whichever knee is closer to me, to try not to whiff, because with the Starfist, they will kind of just go right in between. Oh, I'm very sorry, I just hit the mic. They'll kind of go right in between Radahn's legs, which is very sad, because then you just miss a punish window and you don't even like heal or do anything else. But as you can see, we're doing okay. I don't even think we've gotten hit yet for this P1, so we're kind of redeeming ourselves for how crappy that that first try was. But I think we'll get into phase 2 kind of right after this combo probably, and then you'll see we're going to try to get a specific move baited out right into the beginning of phase 2. Oh, We actually have to wait just a little bit longer. But we'll try to get a specific move for him to do because I think it has like an internal cooldown, so he won't do it for another 60 seconds or so. And it gives us plenty of time to buff up because, like I said, I want to use that Wondrous Physic. I want to heal if I have to going into phase 2. But there we go. I think that was a hitless phase 1. Real nice there. Big AoE. Good. Once we get outside of it, we will buff up. RKR. Give us this move is also the like your follow-up move. Right? KR again. Oh, I should have dodged that. Didn't. Okay. Follow up to this. Punishable afterwards. Gonna get hit by this, it's okay. Healed there. Okay. Salvage. Got caught by the roll catch move again. There's our frost proc. We're gonna go ahead and heal just to be safe because that's a scary move and luckily I dodged it. Almost did get caught by the roll catch move. Need to make sure I'm not wasting too many of my heals. I think I reacted in time to get out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. We got caught by one of those. You want to roll kind of straight forward. Oh no, I'm not punishing where I should be. I need to lock in. I'm gonna try not to talk as much. Like I said, with this move, we want to try to just run straight away. Jump to the right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, dodge the 5th. Double heal here. Okay. Roll catch, or Frost Chop. Ooh, we got our Frost, and he's going to go off into this, so that's good. Frost proc's nice. It does suck that it happened there, because it means we will not get it. We pretty much just have to work our way through his health now. But we're going to RKR. We're going to do it. He's going to do this move. It's okay. We'll keep moving. We're nice and healed up. We've still got a couple of heals. As long as we don't run into any of these. What move you got for me? I actually like him doing the grab. It's got a pretty good long wind up, pretty easy to dodge. Oh, that sucks. Heal just to be safe. Slowest thing we can do is die. RKR here. See what move he does to follow up. Dodge over it. Run straight away. Up to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be it right after this combo. That's a new PB, but it definitely is not crazy high. I'm happy with it. We finally got a PB in the last like couple of days. We hadn't gotten one, but we cut off like almost a minute, you know. But we could have cut off a little bit more if we didn't die. Easily could have cut off 40 more seconds and done like a full minute off of that. Whew, but we didn't die the second time, and we died pretty early on, so I'm happy with that. Ideally, we take these numbers and we cut them down just a little bit more. Hello again, Future Graphic Truth here. I just got done editing the video. Hopefully that wasn't too terrible with some of the voiceover and stuff that I had to do. I am aware there's some more audio issues just kind of throughout the whole run. There was some like reverb or some other kind of echoing stuff going on. So I'm going to try to adjust some settings for the future so that hopefully those are not there. But if you do like what I'm doing, I do appreciate all the support. Please like, comment, subscribe, anything like that. Or if you just want to catch me live, I stream on Twitch pretty much Monday through Thursday, and then I will do Saturday and Sunday streams as well. So feel free to stop by, say hi, all that stuff. I do appreciate it, and thank you.